Now let us study one more concept of inflation. So dilemma of inflation. We'll study one of the most important rule in percentage by the means of this example, which is product consistency rule. Let us first understand what is an inflation. An inflation is nothing but sudden rise or decline in the price of the product. Decline would be deflation. Now the rise is called as inflation. So if there is a rise in the price of the product, what effect will it have on the purchasing power of the consumer? Now what is happening? The price of the product is increasing, but my consumption pattern remains the same, which means I was consuming 5 apples last year. I am consuming 5 apples this year as well, but then the price of the apples have increased. That is what will have an effect on my purchasing power. I'll get less of apples this time. Okay, so let's see how does this thing happen. So this is an example. With respect to the percentage increase in the price of the shampoo from 2015 to 2016, okay, what should be the percentage decrease in the quantity consumption if the expenditure of the consumer remains same? You must have seen such kind of question many times. They appear in many aptitude exams. So price is increasing from 32 to 40. What's the percentage increase? Simply you will say what? Increasing by 8. Increasing by 8 over 32. 8 is what percent of 32? 1 by 4. And 1 by 4 is nothing but 25% increase in the price of the product. That's what he's asking. With respect to the percentage increase in the price of the shampoo from 2015 to 2016, so there is a 25% increase. What should be the percentage decrease in the quantity consumption so that the expenditure remains same? What is the meaning of expenditure, which means my salary? So let's take just the LCM of 32 and 40, and that comes out to be 160. So for this example, I am saying that my expenditure, that my salary is rupees 160 only. But what has happened? You can take anything. Take 100, take 200, take any number that is same. Why am I taking 120? Because then the calculation will be easier. You can also take your 100, 100. You can also take your 300, 300. Any number, any two numbers that are same, because the question is given in percentage and they are asking you answer in percentage, so we can assume the expenditure of your choice. But I'll take the expenditure as 160 because it's an LCM of 32 and 40 and it will be easier for me to calculate and get the answer. So I'm saying the price increase from 32 to 40, which is 25% increase in the price. Expenditure remains same, which means my salary remains same. Last year also it was 160. This year also it is 160. So what is happening with the quantity that I consume? 32 into 5 is 160 and 40 into 4 is 160. What is the meaning of this? Last year I was getting 5 shampoo bottles when the cost of the shampoo bottle was 32. And this year I am getting 4 shampoo bottles. Why? Because the cost of the shampoo bottle has increased. It has become 40. Why am I getting lesser number of shampoo bottles? Because my salary is same, that is rupees 160. That is what the question is asking. With respect to the percentage increase in the price of the shampoo, which is 25%, what should be the percentage decrease in the quantity consumption? So earlier, what quantity that I was consuming? 5 bottles. Now, how many bottles am I consuming? 4 bottles. So what is the reduction here? What is the reduction here? I am consuming 1. Okay, if I ask you a simple question of percentage decrease, the percentage decrease is 1 and the decrease is over 5. Okay, 1 is what percent of 5? 1 by 5 is what? 20%. So what is the percentage reduction in the quantity consumed? 20%. Earlier I was consuming 5 and I am consuming 4. Reduced by 1. 1 over what? 5. 1 is what percent of 5? 20%. And that is what the question is asking me. What should be the percentage decrease in the quantity consumption? 20%. Provided the expenditure remains same. Yes, the expenditure does remain same. It was 160 in both the case. So my answer to this question is 20%. So with 25% increase in the price, 20% should be the reduction in the quantity. Now let's solve this by shortcut. Okay, now what do I do right now? Now I know what is the increase in the price. Always solve it by this shortcut. No need to write so many things. If you would have seen, I always show you now the long method, then we go for a shortcut. Now this is a shortcut. You just write here 2 fractions and you will get the answer to the question. Now what is the increase in the price? 25%. How do you write 25%? 1 by 4. Now whenever there is an increase, remember you add. So add 4 plus 1 is nothing but 5. Numerator always remains the same. So if it was 1 in the earlier case, it will be 1 right now as well. Add 4 plus 1 is what? 5. Add that and keep it in the denominator. Add that and keep it in the denominator. That's it. So if there is an increase of 1/4, there will be a decrease of 1/5. There will be a decrease of 1/5. Obviously, if there is an increase in one case, there will be decrease in the next case. Why? Because the expenditure is same. So if the one quantity is increasing, other quantity will decrease, and that's why it's called as product consistency rule. That's it, you got the answer. If it is increasing by 1/4, it is decreasing by 1/5. 1/5 is nothing but 20%. That is your answer to the question. So 1/4, what do you remember the technique? If it's 1/4, keep the numerator same. If it is increasing, add 4 plus 1 is 5. Whatever you get at an answer, put it in the denominator. 1/4, it is increased, 1/5, it will decrease. So 25% increase, 20% decrease, and 20% decrease. So I get the answer just by writing two fractions too. So remember the shortcut to solve product consistency. Let's solve one more problem to understand it even better. Now the question is with respect to the percentage increase in the price of the honey from 2015 to 2016, what should be the percentage decrease in the quantity consumption if the expenditure of the consumer remains same? Exactly the same kind of problem. So let's go 2015 to 2016. Price, quantity and expenditure. I'll go ahead with that. What is an increase in the price of honey? 36 to 40. So if I write here price, quantity and expenditure, what will I do with price? It has increased from 36 to 40. What is the percentage increase? 4 over 36. 4 over 36 is nothing but 1 by 9. And 1 by 9 is nothing but 11.11. So 11.11 is a increase, percentage increase in the price of the quantity. Now what is the question telling me? What should the percentage decrease in the quantity consumption? Expenditure remains same. So let's take the LCM of 36 and 40, which comes out to be 9 into 5, 45 into 2, 90 into 4, 360. Which means my salary, I'm assuming it to be 360. Now what number multiplied by 36 gives you 360? It has to be 10. So 36 into 10 and 40 into 9. Which means what? Earlier I was getting 10 bottles of honey. Okay, when the price of the honey was 36. Now I am getting 9 bottles of honey when the price has increased to 40. So what is a percentage reduction in the quantity consumed? So now I am consuming what? 9. Earlier I was consuming 10. Reduced by what? 1. 1 over 10. 1 is what percent of 10? 10%. And that's how I get the answer. My answer to this question is 10%. How will you solve this by shortcut? Now let's go ahead. 1 by 9. The price increased by 1 by 9. If it increases, we add. Numerator remains the same, so I write there 1. I add 9 plus 1, I keep the denominator as 10. If one quantity is increasing, other will decrease. Other will decrease by 1 by 10. 1 by 10 is nothing but 10%. That's it. I get the answer just by writing two fractions to the question. Okay, so know how do you solve it? Mainly by the method of fraction. Simple thing is just write the fraction, numerator remains same, add. If it is increasing, put that in the denominator. The other quantity that you are getting in the fraction will be your answer. If one is increasing, the other will obviously decrease. That is the rule that is followed by product consistency.